Hi there, this is Self-Critical Automaton, and this is episode 8 of my Let's Play. I'm going to ignore this guy. It's a Let's Play of Resident Evil 4, in case you couldn't tell.
Leon, I have some bad news.
I'd rather not hear it.
Well, I'm afraid I have to tell you anyway. We've lost contact with the chopper. Someone must have shot it down, though we can't determine who.
Great.
We're prepping another chopper for you. Meanwhile, I want you to head towards the extraction point.
Got it.
I really like Leon's sassiness compared with Hunnigan's just consummate professionalism. But I do also feel like an American chopper getting shot down over Spain, even if the Spanish didn't shoot it down, is a huge international incident, surely.
We're sandwiched, all right. Quick, in that cabin.
We are definitely sandwiched. I like that she doesn't feel necessary to hide in here.
Small world, eh? Well, I see that the president's equipped his daughter with ballistics, too.
How rude! And I don't believe there's any relevance with my figure and my standing. Who are you?
Oh, excuse me, Your Highness. Perhaps the young lady might want to introduce herself first, before asking someone his name.
Her name's Ashley Graham, the president's daughter.
Is she... well, you know.
Don't worry. She's cool.
Never mind. There's supposed to be some kind of obvious symptom before you turn into one of them anyway.
Look!
Is the obvious symptom the head tentacles?
Upstairs.
Okay, it's game time.
I like they did it there. I like that they did decide to go with the stereotype of the incredibly skeevy Spanish man. I thought you were better than that, Spanish Steve. Steve? Viggo Mortensen. I'm just going to call you Spanish Steve from now on. So, yeah, step one is just block all these doors and windows. This is actually one of the harder, but also more interesting, and probably more fun combat sequences in the game. If you block the doors and windows, you get a few extra moments to run around grabbing supplies and prepare, and then it's going to be a real difficult fight. So what I'm going to do is essentially hide upstairs and rely on well, interesting. You can technically equip something that's on the ground. Did not know that. So I don't need that one bullet. Just throw that away. And of course, you know, 4 episodes from now I'll be like, hey, I've managed to completely unequip. Didn't know that was possible. 4 episodes from now I'll be like, oh no, I'm 1 bullet short of that thing I was trying to do. If only I had thought to save that 1 bullet. That's not true, but still. You might notice that our trusty friend here has the same gun as me, which is cool. We're gun buddies. So I think... oh, I'm not able to hit that guy. Okay, fair enough. Basically, I'm just going to hide here on the stairs and take advantage of this obvious choke point. That was probably a waste. Still, it means I can carefully line up the next few. I say, as I just begin to spray and pray, but whatever. You kind of don't have a choice about taking some hits here. There's not much you can do. I'm going to try and be fairly free with the grenades, but also fairly agnostic about loot, because loot does actually despawn after a short period of time. So it's pretty risky to run around grabbing it all. Most of it will be gone after this sequence, so anyway. It's now time to run and hide upstairs, which is what I was doing anyway, but whatever. So the tentacle guys can actually use their big slash ability to... God, there's so many of them. to hit you from the stairs when you can't hit them. Oh god, that's not where I meant that to go. Well, it worked out for the best, so that's fine. Fortunately, I have a shitload of healing items. I think that's probably what I want for this now. So yeah, at this point you start getting flanked from multiple directions at once, even if you were hiding upstairs. Yep, there's another ladder. So there's nothing really I can do about these windows, I just have to try and keep them clear and let Lewis do some tanking for me.
Are you okay?
Yep, time to start making sure I use these. It's also worth noting that a lot of people who play this game, especially speedrunners, but like just people who like enjoy playing games in the most efficient manner possible, will tend to say, "Oh hell, I've used my grenades already." Okay. Will tend to hang on to the Punisher until this fight, because the damage penetration is of course extremely useful when you're fighting just hundreds of guys. I also find myself wondering once again, the I guess the demographics of this village, exactly how do they have... What is this? It's at least 200 people I'm fighting right here, right now, right? Plus everybody I've already shot and killed. Which must add up to, most of a province, I guess? Do they call them provinces in Spain? I don't know. No, that was a miss. So, I'm getting kind of tired of this fight already, to be honest. It may surprise you to learn this, but this is actually like my 5th attempt to do this. I don't think they're going to last much longer. One fun thing is that, if I remember correctly, there can only be about 2 of the tentacle guys on screen at any one time. Oh god, I'm gonna die again. Oh, wait, no, fantastic. Not entirely sure why they decide to leave at this point.
Looks like they're backing off.
So, what do we do now?
The bridge I crossed to get here's out. So I guess we have no choice but to keep moving.
I forgot something. You guys go on ahead.
Lewis.
And thank God for the opportunity for a safety save. I mean, I keep calling it that. It's not really, I suppose. It's just a save. So, yeah. He just kind of leaves at this point. In case you were wondering, Ashley was hiding in the cupboard. One thing I have wondered, but have never actually tested, is if... Like, she's hiding in there, so if I just shoot it, does the game react like I've shot her? Because you can shoot her, and she will, die, and you will get game over. Anyway, that incredibly intense, difficult sequence is finally over, which is more of a thing for me than for you, considering that this is my 6th attempt, I guess. So if I failed 5 times, this would be the 6th. That's how maths works. And, yeah. So, we're about to head into the second major zone of the game. Yeah, see, this point, a lot of people hang on to the Punisher and then sell it immediately after that sequence to this guy, because, you know, damage penetration is useful, or bullet penetration. Just a while ago, I was informed by Lord Sadler that our men had shot down a United States military helicopter. There shouldn't be any more outside interference for a while now. Unless the United States government determines who the traitor is, they can only initiate very small covert operations. We must use this time to our advantage and recapture the girl. The 2 Americans can only get out of our territory by using one of 2 routes. This is where we will stop them. We shall make use of our forces to the greatest degree. We will deploy a large number of ganados in one of the routes to ensure they do not slip by us. For the other route, we shall leave the task to El Gigante. Whichever route they take, the agent will never leave here alive, not with the girl. So, essentially, much like the sequence just before the waterfall, where you were told there's something behind the waterfall, go look what it is. At this point, they basically say, hey, guess what? There's 2 options for your next sequence. Either fight a shitload of dudes or one really big dude.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale. What are you selling?
I don't know if I have anything to sell, and I do not.
What are you
And he doesn't have
buying?
anything new to sell me either, so it's not really... It's weird that there's 2 merchants so
What
close
are you
together. They're
buying?
literally on either side of this sequence, and
Come
neither of
back
them have anything new.
anytime.
So, yeah, I'm gonna head on. I think left is lots of Ganados, and right is an El Gigante. Which is bad grammar, but hey. So, yeah. I'm just gonna head on. So after the next couple of arenas, we should be at the next sort of major zone. Now, what I would... Actually, now that I think about it, is this the same one, or do they just have a bunch of these?
Leon!
So yeah, you get a few options to slow it down, but for the most part you just want to just head on through as fast as possible. Actually, there's a bunch of loot I could gather here, but I'm probably not going to risk it. Oh my god, what a stupid thing to do. Rocks fall, everyone dies. Well, that was probably the worst possible thing I could have done at that point. Fortunately, there's a checkpoint. This game does actually have checkpointing in addition to the all of the other stuff. So, I'm probably gonna be able to get away with just killing this guy here. So, I'm going to switch to this for the obvious reason. Now, what I want to know is if I actually can kill this guy as if he was just a normal one of what he is. I don't know if I can. I think I probably need to make use of the environmental options. Also, he'll probably smash all of these, so no loot for me once again. Just tap him gently on the noggin. And, yeah, he can't chase me through this tiny door, right? So I guess I need to finish him off at this point. What's he gonna... Okay, so I can actually fight him normally. I guess I should have done that from the beginning. Come on, show me your smiley face. There we go. Getting real tired of that bolt action, but there's not much I can do about it at this point. So, usually in these sequences there will be a nice convenient dumpster to hide Ashley in. I'm not sure why I haven't seen one of those. Possibly I just missed it because I was panicking. But, you know, hey, that's me. So, in a moment I'll deal with this guy. I think probably the best option is to just fight him in the first arena, just kill him and have done with it, you know? One of the convenient things about this area is that it's kind of, you know, tighter for him than it is for me, so I do get the advantage of not needing to worry too much about... Oh my god. As I was saying, I don't need to worry too much about him using special attacks or anything like that, although he might just fucking murder Ashley, which would be a problem. Okay, luckily you can just heal her from out here in your inventory. You don't actually need to have access to her directly. There we go, problem solved. And yeah, again, it's worth noting that unlike the first time we fought one of these, this guy does actually sort of dissolve, much like the Ganados. So, yeah, that door is locked, so where is the key? See, the problem is, I normally go through the other side. I normally fight loads and loads of ordinary guys, and then come back for the loot in here. It's actually the first time, I think, that I've gone through and done this the giant guy way. Oh, there's the key. So, I don't think... Actually, let me check on my map. That's probably the wise decision. Yeah, as you can see, the other... Oh, huh, that's interesting. Did I miss something over there? Have I been there? That was the other side of the farm. And then this leads around to there. These two paths go to there, and then one goes over that way, but the other one goes up that way. And then to there, so I guess I can probably pick that special item up later, but this one I'll need to go through, oh, another couple hundred Ganados to get, but before that, let's go to the next save point. Which is probably just going to be a long run in this direction, but I do want to make sure I get all of the special items because they are valuable, and also because I'm a completionist. Well, I'm a completionist with no discipline. I always try to complete every game I'm playing, but like I explore everywhere and try and find every hidden item, but I also basically go, that's good enough after I get the important stuff. I don't usually bother to grab every single little thing. Wait, who's this? Ah, okay. I clearly underestimated the American agent's capability. He's still alive. I thought that we could wait until the egg hatched, but at this rate, he could destroy the whole village before it does. Have I not done that already? We must take care of this nuisance. We shall change our priorities. For the time being, we will cease our hunt for Lewis and ambush the two Americans. There is a building used to enlighten betrayers just beyond the point where you get off the lift. It's a perfect place for ambushing them. If all else fails, they would still need to face me in order to get past the last gate that leads out of the village, for only before my sight will the gate open. Again, I find it odd that they just basically tell you what you have to do next. I wonder if they had a lot of playtesters who couldn't figure out what they were supposed to do next. Because they do have these notes hidden everywhere that basically say what the one remaining option is. Because there's usually only one way to go and one thing to do.
Good things, what are you selling?
A selection of good things, he says again, as if he actually has any new stock, which I don't believe he does.
Thank you. What are you buying?
Because he's a terrible merchant. Oh, he does have one of these. It's always worth grabbing these when you can.
Thank you. What are you buying?
Just because, you know, hit points are good to have. Also, you might notice he's got red eyes now, so that would imply that he is infected. Or possibly that this one of him is infected if he's multiple guys rather than one guy, you know, because it's a total mystery as to whether he is or not. So, up here we're going to find a locked gate. Yeah, I like that he can just identify this as a retinal scanner. Like, these people have all kinds of, like, these people are using hatchets and, you know, like, pitchforks to hunt me. But also they have a shitload of dynamite and a retinal scanner of all things. Where did they get that from? If they don't have guns, but they do have bullets, why do they have retinal scanners? Anyway, I'm going to call that it for today, so I will catch you again next time. Bye-bye.